try to push meat out of Germany and make people.
That's why he was so small. He needs some protein.
Anyway,
I bet he was drinking them protein shakes, trying to buff up.
He was. And then Hitler was saved from drowning by a priest when he was 4 years old. He almost died like many times.
Yeah, one of them was a British soldier was gonna shoot him and decided not to. I mean, he was, in the
a Jewish person saved him, and actually, he was gonna kill that Jewish person, and they actually had to do research to make sure it was the Jewish person because he got so many medals from the Iron Medal or whatever. He was one of the ones that nominated him for it, so they gave him a pardon. But Hitler, while in prison, wrote the Mercedes dealership begging for a car loan. Yet he never learned how to drive a car, but he was very much into cars, and he actually pushed the Volkswagen thing. He didn't create the Volkswagen, but he backed that to make sure that they had a car like that.
Mm-hmm. Volkswagen's a damn good car. They can float.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's happened. Okay, new conspiracy. Hitler got in a Volkswagen and floated away, eating meat.
Oh, yeah. The American Secret Service tried to spike Hitler's food with female hormones to feminize him.
That was really, well, he was taking we were talking about his doctor being, Dr. Syringe. One of the syringes he was giving him was bull
sperm.
And
because when he was around his wife, he wanted to be more manly.
He only got married to her like the day before they died.
Because
he was a stud muffin.
He thought that women desired him, and he thought that him being single, he was with her for a very long time, but him being single.
Oh, I got the dates.
Him being single furthered his career because he thought women thought he was attractive.
He did. Oh, couldn't keep her hands off of him. The little man, they wanted to pick him up. Oh, man. All over him. Seriously, though, that is true. He wanted everybody to think he was single, but he was with her, Eva Braun, from 1912 to 1945. They were together for like 30-some years. But he only married her the day before they committed supposed suicide, people. Supposed. I got some hot news for you.
He actually suffered from illyrophobia, which is a fear of cats.
I don't like a little pussy.
Oh my god. Okay. Hitler, Stalin, and Trotsky.
I tickle myself.
Tito.
I
don't know if that's his name. Shut up.
He's in the jail.
And Freud all lived within a few miles of each other in Vienna, and some of them being regulars at the same coffee house.
Could you imagine Hitler and Stalin being in the same, and Freud, like all of them just, sitting around, just chilling, and be like, I'm going to take this over. Nah. And then Freud be like, it's because, your oral fixation with your mother's breast. I mean, I could just hear it all. Yeah.
Oh, during Hitler's years in power, he did a book, which was called The Struggle.
Oh, yeah.
And it was it was Mein Kampf or whatever. It was given away free to every newlywed couple.
Oh, Lord.
They need to know the struggle. The struggle is real.
That's funny as shit. Do you know in 2009, now this is my first conspiracy, people. Write it down. In 2009, DNA tests revealed that the skull fragment, long thought to have been Hitler's, is that of an unknown woman under 40. Now, scientists do not believe that this was his partner, Eva Burns, because she committed suicide by cyanide rather than a gun. So, who is it, people? Who is it that is actually in there? Was in there. Where'd they get that little shard? Did they just shard it out?
Oh my gosh. The French resistance cut the elevator cables to the Eiffel Tower to keep Hitler from visiting it during his visit in Paris when Paris fell. And when faced with the prospect of climbing over 1,500 stairs, he opted out.
He opted out. Yeah. He said, hell with that, I'm going to go on back. Your tower looks good. I got to go.
Looks good from here. We good. Yeah. We're good.
Yeah, we good.
Actually, a Jewish lawyer called. Well, yeah, the Jewish lawyer called. He actually had quite a few Jewish people around, but he pardoned them.
Yeah, I did see that.
The Aryan brothers and everything.
Oh, Aryan brothers! You talking my language, man? I'm gonna get on in it.
After the total war economy was instituted in 1943, Hitler had the women's cosmetic industry gradually closed down rather than banning it outright to avoid upsetting his woman Eva.
Oh, well, now what happened?
He was trying to cut down all the cosmetics. He didn't want women to wear cosmetics. He didn't want it. Because, cosmetics actually have animal stuff in it. Actually, during the earlier times it did too. So he, instead of just shutting it all the way down, he, slowly got a ban because he didn't want to piss off his woman.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
And that man knew how to do it. He was like, honey, you looking good. You looking good. Looking right, looking tight. That's
Close down, Mac.
Yeah. Yeah. Close down the stores. Yeah. He weaned her off of it. I got it.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
He actually had a serious sweet tooth, which is known to consume up to 2 pounds of chocolate every day. He was even known to add sugar to red wine before drinking it, as many as teaspoons to sugar of his tea. Yep,
that's your sangria. That's your sangria.
There, yeah.
Now, you were talking about earlier that we were talking about the doctor and stuff like that, but tell him about the one, it was like Hitler crack.
Crap, you just lost me. I'm on a different track right now.
Okay,
we're not going
anyway,
with that.
What it was is that Hitler had this, he was on so many drugs at the end, it was ridiculous. And one of them was actually like the same thing that they put in meth. So they would call it the Hitler high, the Hitler crack. He actually gave these to his guys on the front line too. He was like, come on up, it's that damn syringe, doctor. Like, come on, I gotta get you.
Come on,
give
kid,
you a syringe
some crack?
Yeah. Don't hurt them animals, but give them some crack.
He suffered from insomnia. Hitler would work most of the night and go to sleep between 4 and 5 a.m., arising into bed around 11 a.m. He was said to be afraid of dark and would always...
Hold up. Did you just burp in the...
No. I was going to scuffle everything. Shut up. Nobody would have noticed.
You were like, and Hitler went to the doctor and like didn't even drop a damn beat. Like, oh, let me burp on air and then be like, oh, shut your mouth. I didn't do nothing wrong. What the hell?
Keep on. He was said to be afraid of the dark and would always have company to play music for him and watch movies together with him and talk to him till sunrise. He would always have a maid check his bed before he went to sleep. And also, he was deadly afraid of blades. He wouldn't let his barber cut his hair, like his facial hair. He had to do it himself.
Well, I know he missed one little patch above.
No, he said that was cool. Somebody said that's stupid and you should take it off and it's unfashionable. He said, nah, it's gonna be in fashion because I'm wearing it, honey. I love that.
Let me tell you something. We have absorbed so much Hitler information that
I swear I thought I was going to come home from school and she's going to have a mustache and a swastika.
Not the swastika. You know that the swastika actually was, I think, a Thai.
Actually, Indians actually have it on their basketball thing, and it's actually a sign of good luck.
Yeah, and it's actually the sun. Actually, this man was smart. He took elements that were supposed to be. He's also referred to as like the Nazi Gandhi and stuff like that. I'm serious. Like he took these elements of I don't know, like peacefulness and added them in, and then he slowly would take that stuff away from them.
Well, they said he was a really good speaker because he realized the psychology of his listeners, so he can pretty much win over anybody, and that's really a sign of a mass killer anytime. They're really highly intelligent, and they revolt against society. But another thing that really made me like, man, Hitler, man, he's cool. Well, not really cool, but you know. Oh, my
God, right there.
Not
sorry,
really
people.
Cool, but still.
Any Jewish listeners, we are sorry. We are looking at the scientific
Interesting.
aspect.
I mean,
yes.
I study all kinds of crazy shit.
I know people say I'm cool
like
even though I'm an old bitch sometimes, you know?
Yeah. The concept of the blow-up doll was created by Hitler. Yeah. This prevented his troops from attracting syphilis from encounters with prostitutes. And he also didn't want them to breed with Jewish people, so that made them not, because he had that, little blow-up doll in the pack. So he actually did that. And the factories that created these dolls were destroyed during the bombing of Dresden during the World War II. But the thing is that they actually had a really famous actress and, like, someone in the German type thing. But when she found out that it was modeled after her, then they changed it into what the doll is now, the blonde hair and the blue eyes, which actually came from Hitler.
See, that really gets me right there. Now, we're talking about Hitler. This dude liked enemas. He did. He enjoyed an enema or two. He liked chocolate, blow-up dolls, and some crack. Now, I'm telling you, what kind of party wouldn't you have with the Hitler? I'm telling you, he was, towards the end, though, that's the part that's really crazy as well. Okay, the syphilis, you mentioned that. A lot of people believe that he had syphilis, which towards the end, he had, like, more rants and outbursts and stuff like that, and they say that could be attributed to the syphilis. Other studies say no, that they believe that he had Parkinson's. But a lot of people believe he had syphilis, man. He had an unclean woman at the age of 20. That's why he's looking out for them boys on the front line. Yeah. Don't stick your dicky do where it don't belong. That's what he's saying.
It's a dicky don't.
It's a dicky don't.
He actually created a network of highways that are still in use today.
Mm-hmm.
And
he building roads.
I'm serious.
Saving
marriages.
Yes. Oh, no.
He also had really bad breath and stuff.
He was scared of the dentist. Well, that's probably because he was on the smack. But he was really scared of the dentist and stuff like that. He had a phobia. Hitler had a lot of phobias, man, apparently. Cats, dark, dentists.
Another thing is he was actually, like I was saying, he actually got juiced up by the sperm and all this other stuff because he wanted to be more manly. He was 155 pounds and stood less than 5'10". And he refused to undress for even medical examiners.
Oh, he wanted to keep her lederhosen high. Do you know that a biographer who wrote a report about a teenage Hitler, which I don't know. I guess he got this information from Hitler. Who knows? He said he was obsessed with a young Jewish girl. And he allegedly stalked her and fantasized about kidnapping her and committed suicide with her.
And committing suicide.
Yeah, and he didn't. I mean, what I'm saying is, these are the dreams he had about her. God, I'm glad he found that evil lady. She fulfilled his dreams.
And he actually had weird sexual fantasies that supposedly, I don't know this. I mean, they weren't really in there.
It's another
conspiracy.
Conspiracy.
Yeah. That Hitler actually got his women to kick him in the ass naked. Who knows?
Damn.
Weird.
Listen, I got a new treat for my husband tonight.
Just kick him right in the asshole. Yeah.
Do you know that he actually suffered from hepatitis, which was triggered by a blockage around his gallbladder? Man, we're right in there with Hitler. I know everything from his asshole to his mouth.
I'm serious.
But anyway, we're going to dive into the spooky and kooky.
Let me finish one more thing.
Okay, give it to him.
He was, like we said, very into the cult. And Indiana Jones shit, that is what he is up in.
Yes.
You watch Indiana Jones, that shit was real. He was looking for it.
Yes, he was. That's what we're getting ready to talk about
right now.
And
then it's kind of interesting how pop culture filters in this type of stuff to, like, get us kind of prepped for it. But anyways, what the hell was I talking? Oh, yeah. He actually had a psychic consultant that was really a crazy story. All I picture is the Rock of Ages guy, like you know what I'm talking about, hey, come on over here. Like that guy, because this guy really conned pretty much everybody. He was born from a poor place, and supposedly he manipulated his parents, and then he ran away to the circus. But this guy was really into sex and drugs and all that, so him
and Hitler probably partied it up.
They did. He pretty much opened up, so he went from there and he went to Vienna, I think that's where it was, and it was like a really big party circuit. He wanted money, but he wanted the party, and he would have orgies and all kinds of stuff, and he opened up his own studio, and he even there's a perfume like Pure Instinct. That's pretty much what he was giving out.
Tasteful Treasure sells it, dude. I mean, it's like a pheromone base.
It's a natural pheromone.
Yeah.
And he was like giving certain things like that. Well, what happened is the guy, actually, he got really rich, and it was actually like a really bad time during Germany, and he was having all his orgies and his parties and everything, and he was like, I really want to get into politics, so he put out a reading about Hitler, and Hitler got wind of it, and they started hanging out being besties, and they found out that he was actually a Jewish person. He told everybody he was noble blood, but he was actually a Jewish person that, all of a sudden when they found that out, then it was like a spit in the face. But he would hypnotize women to have sex with him, take them back to the hotel room.
Look into my eyes, take your panties off.
I can see your eyes. That's looking at my crotch. At my crotch, yes. Like Rodney Carrington, that's all I picture. But anyways, he would call him back to his room, and then there was a whole bunch of sexual stuff he did too that was in there, but he would help the Nazi people get off smoking, this and that and the other. But the thing is that Hitler actually had a lot of psychics that were and consultants like that.
I think he tried to plan stuff with the psychics and stuff from what I can understand of things. The cool thing is that I'm going to bring you into people.
Hit them with all the crazy shit.
I am, and then we're going to wrap it all up with a whole bunch of crazy of where the hell Hitler is. First of all, Hitler I don't know if it was because of his love of the arts or what it was, but he was going around stealing everybody's damn art. It was anybody that he invaded, he went and took their shit. Like one time he was in Poland, and there was a cathedral, and there was like this altar, and they actually took it apart in I think like 32 different pieces or 16 or something like that, and sent it to different parts because they knew Hitler was coming. And Hitler's people went, and he found it. There is he had a society, the SS. People have heard of the SS and stuff